You too, what's going on? Kyle again from ePoolSupply. Today we are back with some quick tips on Clear Comfort's AOP system. We're going to run through a couple little things that you guys want to pay attention to during installation as well as during operation. Stay tuned. So we're going to go into some quick tips for you guys on Clear Comfort's AOP system. In the first part of the video, we're going to talk about the lighting system that Clear Comfort has provided on their actual panels themselves. So for those of you guys that are not familiar, obviously orange panel is your power center. As you guys can see, it's got the nice pretty power cables here. And then you have your cartridge system in the blue side. So I'm going to actually do some voodoo magic here. We're going to have our web guy, Danny, he's going to be awesome and turn these lights colors for you guys. As you can tell, I don't have anything plugged in. So once you actually have power plugged into the system and the blue cartridge is actually connected, it's going to always display a white light right here. So that's going to be a white light. And then when you're looking at the actual orange system, we're going to go through a series of 3 different lights. So just like a stoplight, we're going to start here at the bottom and work our way up to the top. So green is going to happen when everything in the system is actually operational, everything's going well. It's going to stay on. Not a problem at all. That's what you're going to focus on. Green is good. When you are running low or the system is detecting that the cartridge is at its lifespan, it's going to turn yellow. So when this actually turns yellow, that is roughly about 90 days before you are fully required to replace the cartridge, as the system is just going to stop producing the hydroxyls, which is going to eliminate your sanitation. So to make sure that you guys actually stay on top of it, the minute that you guys actually see this yellow light turn on, within the next few weeks of that, you guys need to make sure that you start the process for your exchange cartridge, so then that way you don't run into the issue of it actually going fully red on you. You have about roughly 90 days once you have the yellow light on. Obviously 90 days in this industry this year, it can happen with a lot of back orders issues. So just be sure that the minute you see this yellow light turn on, that you actually start the process of getting an exchange. And then of course, this top light is going to be red. So the red light triggers, and that means that the system is no longer producing or operating the way that it should. It will last roughly about 30 days, even on a red. So that way, that will give you like one final last ditch effort to make sure that you guys can get this cartridge replaced. But once you see red, it's basically telling you big problems, figure it out. As you guys can tell right here on the bottom, if you want replacements, you can go directly to clearcomfort.com, and they also put their phone number on here for you guys. So just a quick tip on the lights for you guys. So now we're going to move on to the actual flow meter of the video. So the flow meter, which you guys saw Jacob install in our installation video, is a very crucial part to the actual functionality to make sure that the system is working. The old manifolds, which if you have one, you may have an older manifold, they were using a 3-way valve. The newer ones, they've actually updated these and they became a ball valve. So it's a little bit easier for you guys to realize which way the valve is open. The last thing you guys want to do is have this thing be completely closed off like this and you blow your cartridge up. So one thing that you're looking at is the directional arrows on the manifold themselves to let you guys know which way the water is actually going to flow. So you always want to make sure that you start off, first things first is make sure that the thing's facing up. So then that way it is fully open. So when you're setting your flow meter, you're going to want to make sure first thing you do, come to this 3-way, open it up completely. Then the next thing you're going to do from there is once you've opened it, and you have your flow meter installed on the bottom of the blue cartridge, you'll start to see the ball bounce up and down like crazy. As long as the ball is moving, you know that you guys have this open and it's trying to detect, it's trying to specifically detect that flow. So the next thing you're going to do is from there, let me open this up so I can show you guys a little bit more clearly, And one key thing that you always want to make sure is that when you do install this flow meter, that you do install, it kind of looks like a little bit of a rifle muzzle brake here on the back end. It's like an air filter that goes on the back end of this flow meter. That is going to help reduce some of the airflow so that it helps this steel ball inside actually operate correctly. The optimal flow that you're looking for is between 5 and 7. So there's not an actual number on here for 5, and obviously there's not an actual number for 7. So you're shooting between 4 and 8, obviously trying to make sure that you're getting that ball to maintain. So once you guys have this fully open, the next steps is coming over here and starting to fine tune the actual flow meter in the front. So you're gonna have this fully open as well, and then you're gonna slowly kind of crank it. And at the same time, you may need to adjust your three-way valve at the equipment just to make sure that you can get that perfect fine 5 to 7 in there with the ball valve inside the flow meter itself. So you'll see it in the video. Jacob does a really great job at actually getting it to level out specifically right around 6. So you got it right in between 5 and 7, but it does take some fine tuning. So first thing you always just want to make sure is make sure that you have that ball valve or your three-way valve completely open before you guys start this process, because if you don't, it's going to create a serious back pressure issue and you could blow up your filter. So definitely pay attention to that first. But just wanted to run you guys through those good quick tips. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm Kyle from ePoolSupply. We'll see you next time.